Talking of lifting the crowd with actions, we're going to look at the line out, and obviously line out steals are something that you're very good at, Maro. Let's have a quick look at you in action. So there's a couple of different steals that we're going to show here, depending on where the ball's thrown, whether it goes over his head like this one, and you can see him going up in front of the jumper, getting his hand between the two hands of the jumper, or coming from behind. If he's beaten going forward, he can still attack the ball. So, Maro, we've got a couple of demo teams over here. I just wanted you to talk through, when you set up for that line out, what you're looking at. So, in terms of your body position, how are you standing?
So, if I just jump in here, what I try and do, no matter where I am in the line-out, is try and be square to the opposition. So I want to see what's in front of me, I want to see what's behind me, I want to see what's even more in front of me, and I also want to see the hooker as well. So if everyone just stands square...
So everyone turn in, face the line-out?
Yeah, so here, my hips are open, I can attack it forward, I can attack it going backwards, and I can see the whole picture in front of me. And
you mentioned being able to see the hooker. Often the hooker will set the timing off on a throw jump, particularly in a shortened line-out, and you've got to be able to see his movement as well and not get too focused on
Yeah, definitely. It's, you know, a lot of teams have different cues of how they throw, what triggers their movements, etc., etc. A lot of the times, like when teams are facing forward like this, they look at the hooker, and the hooker's going to be the trigger. So if their heads are up and they're looking at the hooker, then more than likely the throw is going to be off the hooker. If their heads are down, and that means it's probably going to go for movement or for core. So you can probably be a bit more open and read the whole picture in front of you.
Now, I've noticed that you don't always stand in the same position in the line out. Why is that?
So it's really due to analysis. So sometimes you want to change the picture. So sometimes I start in the front, if I just swap with you. So sometimes I start in the front and I'm looking for different things. A lot of the time, we generally try and match our locks against their better jumpers. So we try and match them that way. What
we were just looking at there was two different sort of styles of steal, if you like. One of them's gone over your head. Do you try and sort of give the opposition the impression you're marking one place so that they throw, and then you can react to that better?
Yeah, so again, it's due to analysis and what we want to get out of them defensively. But for example, if we know that the hooker doesn't have the best darts, we try and force them to throw long.
So if you're standing there and they're going to throw to this guy, you might look like you're going to go up on this guy, but drift back. We just have a look at that. So you guys turn and lift the middle jumper. So turn and lift, and Maro might just back off. So he's given them... Looks like he's taking away the front, and then he backs in, and you can get your hand in front, which is pretty much what we saw on the first one. If you're standing in this middle position and you get caught, sometimes you might designate which jumper's going to go up. What are you thinking about going forward onto this guy?
So let's say they said that I'm going to be the jumper in our team, so we spoke about that, and they lift here. You guys lift? Yes, they don't actually lift, but yeah. So what I'll try and do is try and jump, try and get across. So if I can't if I can't steal the ball, I will try and hit the ball. So trying to hit the ball towards me. If that doesn't happen, the second prize is turning it over on the floor. So if you can't turn it over in the air, the second prize to turn it over.
Well, let's have a look at that. This is a clip from the racing game, and a penalty. It wasn't picked up initially, but if you look, there's clear contact in the air, and you can see the arm gets pulled away. You have to be so careful now, don't you? Because you're not always sure whether you're going to get the lift from behind, but you've got to make sure that you don't have the collision. And one area that perhaps they might have got away with was maybe just a bit of softer pressure on the outside, not pulling the arm away, but just banging the outside of the arm gently so that you create that bad ball.
A lot of those things, you know, it may not look like a lot, but it actually destabilises the platform in which they want to move off. So I think to lose over there, they wanted to settle more. So if they did the same thing, you jump, unfortunately, you know, you're a bit too slow, you can't get across. The next option is to try and come down on the seams and disrupt the platform and hopefully create a turnover that way.
Perfect. There we go. Round of applause. Great insight for us.